Mrs. Crane and Mrs. Smith's room, students not only learned about George Crumb, the inventor of the potato chip, but they also learned and enjoyed making these really great posters about friendship, using the skin tone paint to put their own handprint on it for all. Our kindergartners focused on Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, and they read this story, All Are Welcome, because we really wanted the children to learn that they can do things for other people. Students made these that show themselves with all of their beautiful diversity, talking about how they can have a dream of being a good friend. In first grade, children introduced us to a famous Black American that they wanted us to get to know, and they made figures of themselves and the new person who they learned about. They're just absolutely precious, and they came up with one idea that person taught them. These are also some wonderful diversity work here. I Am Enough, and it's celebrating the gifts of each child in their classroom as seen by their friends. First graders introduced us to the character they read about and gave an important statement about what he or she learned from their famous person. And it's just lovely because they used multicolored construction paper in skin tones to create little buddy pictures of themselves with the person that they learned about. First graders also made this wonderful poster showing that it is okay to be different, based on the book by Todd Parr. Our second graders each had a figure who they read some nonfiction about, and they created a sentence or two summarizing what they learned from the person that they read about. Frederick Douglass, George Washington Carver, Matthew Henson, and Duke Ellington are just some examples of the Americans they learned about. In third grade, students first learned to appreciate themselves using paint to blend perfectly the color of their own skin and to write short statements really describing who they are and what they look like and why that's beautiful, as in The Color of Us by Karen Katz. But they didn't stop there. Third grade also explored, using nonfiction, various different famous Americans. And as you can see, they're placed on a timeline, and this helps students with additional work within their units of study, focusing and embedding study of Black Americans along with the other standards. That way it sticks and it's meaningful and lasting, and it isn't just an add-on to honor Black History Month. Horace Mann fourth graders used a biography poster report as a template to help them organize the information that they wanted to tell about their famous Black American. And they then added making these lovely figures, really adorable figures, showing just extra time spent with this famous person who they got to know, and the book also that they read to primarily learn about their new person. Our Horace Mann fifth graders created these amazing essays on many Black Americans that they thoroughly enjoyed learning about. Can really see the depth of their writing and the time and consideration spent on this project. They often picked people who matched their personal interests and accomplishments that they were interested in. And here we found that students learned about Black Americans that even those of us as educated adults had never known very much about. So I challenge you to maybe try to recognize who these faces are and give honor to their achievements yourself.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
At Horace Mann, in Lakewood, in Ohio, in the United States, and in the world, we are stronger together.